gonna stop looking at you. I'm just gonna keep
Okay.
looking up here because I'm sure that looks weird. Or you could get us started.
Yeah, you want us to get started? Okay, so as Alice said, this is going to be our first webinar, so we're super, super excited here. So, woohoo!
Yeah.
So this webinar is going to be about how to save a ridiculous amount of time and money growing your loyal audience who can't wait to buy your product. Next slide, please. So this webinar is going to be divided into 3 sections, mainly how to save time, save money, grow your loyal audience, and also make sure that your audience can't wait to buy your products. Next slide, please.
And also including how to quickly and I gotta look this way. I gotta look like I'm looking.
No.
Quickly and easily put those products up for sale. Because that's the important part, right? Having stuff to sell.
So if you stay until the end, you'll notice that all these lessons come together as we work through the material. And if you also stay until the end, we've got a handy download to help you organize your content and make your work more effective or effectively. And we'll also be here for brainstorming to answer questions, and we'll be here for as long as you want us to be. So.
Yeah, and that content planner is a free download that we're offering you guys. So we'll show you how to grab that one at the end. All right, so hello everybody again officially. It's my job to tell you, introduce ourselves to you. I know that many of the people who are here definitely know us by now, but we're nowhere new to some people, and maybe there are some things you guys don't know yet. So I'm Alice Siba, and we have Yusuf Kulan here as well, my business partner at eKit Hub. Between the two of us, we have over 2 decades of content marketing experience. We've sold millions in done-for-you content, which is what we're really going to be talking about. But don't worry, if you don't always use done-for-you content, these tips are going to help, and strategies are going to help no matter what kind of content you're publishing. Really, at eKit Hub, our goal is to make you the hero to your audience and to make it easy for you to do that. So me, I've got lots of the content ideas. I love sharing content marketing strategies. I also create a lot of chaos behind the scenes, as Yusuf can attest to. As our CFO, he makes sure we can afford to do all these great things we do with content to make it super easy for you to save time and money and make sure that we're able to stay in business for you as well. And part of that also includes doing, making sure we have growing traffic and new customers. He does our search engine optimization and all that stuff for us. So it's very nice to meet you if it's the first time. And a little bit on the personal side, we are all about keeping life and marketing simple and fun. You don't want to make things too complicated. You don't want to get bogged down in details. You just want to focus on I'm saying you should do this, but we also do. Just focus on what results we're getting so we can keep growing them, not getting stuck in all this busy work. Personally, we love traveling, as we mentioned before we started. We have a few trips coming up. We'll be going to Sweden this summer, where Yusuf actually spent a lot of his childhood growing up, and we're going to Vegas for my birthday, which is at the end of next month. So we're gonna have lots of fun. And last year, this is a picture from a paddle boarding trip. We took
Which
that
we nearly died in, by the way.
Yes, that picture is from the day we nearly died. Doing good with this new hobby. We could tell you that story if you remind us at the end. We'll talk about that one. We also share this love. We started our business venture with the project to support dog rescue, and we have some cool things coming up with that over the next couple of years. We have some things we're going to be working on. And in the process, we adopted the best office mate anyone could ever ask for, and many of you will recognize Biscuit there. I can't see my screen, but can we? Oh no,
if
is she there? There's Biscuit.
She's sleeping right now.
Well, no, she's working. She's brainstorming, thinking about things. She's always here with us. All right, and as Yusuf mentioned, take questions at the end, but Yusuf will also be watching the questions area. If you have a question that is relevant at the time we're doing, he might be able to kind of interject, and we'll answer them as we go. If your question gets missed, just hold it to the, bring it up again at the end, and we will get to it as well. All right, so you guys ready? Shall we get started?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I guess, what we just told you about our life, how, the things that we like to do. I also have 3 kids that don't like to get photos done anymore. So they're not in there, but I do. If you connected to me personal on social media, you'll see I post a lot of their old photos because I could still get away with that. But whatever's going on in your life, what do you really want it to look like? I think that's the main message that we're trying to say here, is that you have the ability to decide. You can create, your business doesn't have to run you. You run your business, and we're going to give you lots of tips on how to be able to do that. This session is going to be useful whether you create your own content, you hire content creators, or use ready to publish, done for you private label rights content, which we mentioned earlier, and we're going to explain it if you're not familiar with that. And it's still going to be extremely useful if you've never really even published content before. So let's start right there. What is private label rights content that you will hear people call it PLR for short? It's done for you content that is ready for you to edit, brand, monetize, and publish just about any way you wish. You just got to read the terms, because everybody that you purchase it from will maybe have something slightly different. But it's very much like purchasing a license for a stock photo. Lots of people probably have bought stock photos that you can use for your business, but it's a variety of content. It could be graphics, it could be all kinds of things that we're going to talk about in a second. Or as a more common example, it's really like, grocery stores. Many of them all sell the same product, right? But they just slap their label on it. It could be soup or macaroni and cheese, and it's the store brand, but really lots of stores actually sell that brand, not the brand, but the same actual food, right? So that's really what PLR is. It makes your life easier to get your content published, because it's done for you and ready to go. It's cheaper than a ghostwriter for sure, and it allows you to stay focused on growing your business. So if you're writing all day or creating graphics all day, it keeps you away from those higher end tasks. So when it's done, all you have to do is work your magic with it, and we're going to talk about how to create some of that magic here. Because it's always our goal to stay on top of trends, get the best research, written, and design content. And that's because we want to create content that is highly usable to create that loyal audience of buyers who can't wait for more, which is what we've been promising you. And ultimately, that's how you, because you as our customers, how you stay in business, and us too, because we have to offer you that quality content. PLR can come in many forms, and this is hardly a list, like an exhaustive list, right? There's articles, graphics, reports, courses, videos, emails, sales pages, printables, which we'll be talking about a lot in this session for a very good reason, as we'll show you. PLR can be used to grow your traffic. It grows your list. It can be turned into products. There's so many possibilities with it. When you've got done for you content, you have, something business, that is the business. That is how you get the traffic. It's how you grow the list. It's stuff you sell for many of us, right? Content is the product. We're going to talk about those 3 points in depth more, but let's first talk about why content is absolutely the #1 business building strategy. And it has been since I started my business, 2002, 20 years ago. All right, content is how your customers find you. That's how they sign up for your list. That's how they learn about your product. Content is how your customers fall in love with you. That's your expertise, how you motivate them, how you entertain them. It creates that connection with them. And again, for many of us, content is how you create your products. It could be courses, coaching programs, ebooks, memberships, printables. It's all content. Let's run through, like, we're going to get a little more into strategy, but let's talk about 19 creative ways to use PLR or content in general. Again, this can be used for content that is done for you or content that you create yourself, and you'll probably do or already do a combination of both. But it works as search engine food on your website, right? You optimize it for your keyword phrase and you start building that traffic. It's newsletter content. So your broadcast emails that you send out, autoresponder content, which is the automated email sequences you may create. They're great for free gifts to grow your list. You get more people to your opt-in offer, right? Because you are showing content that leads them into that free gift. For product promotions, for social media, you can incorporate it into advertising. You can turn it into an info product. You can turn it into a print-on-demand product. Graphics become t-shirts and all kinds of things like that, or books, right? Print-on-demand books. You can turn it into a printable product for sale. Promotions for your affiliates. So one great, affiliates love people who promote your product for a commission. They can send people to your sales page, but when you give them great content to share with their audience, you make them look good, and it gives them extra stuff to share. So you're not only useful because you're helping your affiliates get sales, but you're making them look good, you're giving them content, you're helping with some of their work. But you do have to be careful with that because some private label rights sellers might not allow you to do that. We do. Our terms allow you to, as long as they're sharing the content and publishing the content with the purpose of promoting your product, that's totally allowed with us. You can bundle articles into reports. You can bundle reports into courses. You could turn it into audio or video, make pamphlets and booklets for offline use. You could turn it into bonus products, print it and mail stuff out as bonuses or gifts to some of your best clients, like having something in their hand. What a great thing. You can add it to your membership site. Now, don't worry about memorizing that. I mean, maybe you want to take a quick screenshot of it. It doesn't mean you have to do all those things or all of those things at once, but it just shows you that there is so much that you can do. When you have a library of content you can draw on, you have so many marketing possibilities. So one question that people often ask, is it okay to publish PLR as it is without editing it? Because it's like a stock photo, like we said, that a lot of people are, they get the same content. So is it okay to put it out there as it is? Now, I say yes. Sometimes you won't edit it at all, but you really overall do not need to spend a bunch of time editing content. You just need to incorporate it strategically into your marketing plan, and that's what we're going to talk about next. Because it's critical to remember your products are important, and I think this is very key actually. Your products are important, but they're not as important as your overall message, the message you want to send to your customers. So you need to be really clear on what that message is, and it's going to frame everything you're going to do. It's going to, this will become more clear as we go along. And also, if you're sitting there going, but I don't really know what my message is, I just want to sell journals, right? That's also takes time to develop. And as you guys know, we have our Facebook Beacon Hub Facebook group. We're always around to help you kind of get that. But the more you practice, the more you're going to get more comfortable with what your message is and make sure that everything fits that. And because you are using done for you content, you have tons of content to practice with. So that's the bonus. So I guess to figure out what your message is, well, there's a couple of things to ask yourself. Is first, what is the problem you solve? Do you help people get organized? Do you help them reach a specific goal, build a business? It could be anything. But always approach things like that. People will get connected to you and your business and rely on you when you're helping them solve some kind of problem. If you're just selling printable products just for, willy-nilly or whatever, then it's a little more difficult. This, being clear about this and helping them and making it clear in your content and your messages to them, that will draw a more loyal crowd to you. Also, you need to think about, and this is the tough one, especially when you're new or if you haven't thought about it before, but you need to do it. So why do your customers come to you instead of others? It's easier to, are you easier to follow than other people? Is there, do you motivate them? Do you help them feel understood? It's like a variety of things it can be. And there is actually something in a package we've put together for you. We do have something to help you kind of explore this better and come to really understand why people come to you. And if you don't know why people come to you, you might look at other businesses and think about why you go to them. And it kind of gives you some ideas of maybe, the things you like about other businesses might be something that's inside of you that you might bring to other people. And one more thing, important thing before we get into the, the traffic, the growing the list, the product creation and all that stuff. This is kind of an oath that I'd like you guys to take. You could repeat after me, or once I've explained it, let me know in the questions if you agree to this, because it's gonna help you so much if you can embrace this. So it says, not knowing how I'm going to get things done should never be a barrier to working towards my goal. I will always work on the next step and ensure I'm moving forward all the time. So if you agree, you can say so. If you're not sure exactly what I mean, let me explain, and you can tell me if you agree or not afterwards. But that's the biggest problem we see when people coming into our group and things like that. They're like, they want a complete roadmap. They want to know, what do I do here and how do I get over here? And nobody's roadmap is ever going to be the same. It's impossible. And if someone tells you you can follow this steps, you can probably do that. You will get some success, but it will be limited because you're trying a cookie cutter approach. All you have to know is the next thing. And we live in this amazing time, right, where you can Google anything. So if you don't know you set up your WordPress website, but then you don't know how to do the theme, all you do is Google that specific thing. It's just one step after another. So I think we see do we have a lot of people agreeing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So we've got, yes, Myra, Iris, Maria, Donna, Lee, Alicia, good, awesome. And remember this, because if you said you agree and I see you later in the group like all confused, I mean, it's okay to be confused, but you have to just the one step and then the next step. All right, so let's get back to the traffic building, list building, selling products formula. Teaching by way of example, we're going to use some content from a massive package of done-for-you content that we're going to show you in more detail later on. So you'll see examples from that, but it's going to work no matter what kind of content you're working with, whether you have other content you purchase, whether you hire someone or you create it yourself, the concepts are the same. So let's keep it simple. We talked about keeping it simple. Here is your funnel. It's building traffic, growing your list, selling your products. And that middle part is so important. Please, you can do it with social media if you want to try to build your audience there, but the email list is what you really need, because you don't want to be subject to Facebook algorithms. I mean, I have friends who amassed followings of 100,000 people on Instagram, and now their posts get 30 likes. Like, it's too volatile, and you're at the mercy of these social media sites. It's not as commercial. People expect to be sold things via email, not as much from social media. And now I said the word funnel, so if that wasn't familiar with you, all it is a fancy way of saying the way potential customers pass through your marketing process. So that's all it is. So in this case, we're saying it's this. You're going to grow traffic, you're going to get people on your list, you're going to sell those people products. All right, so we're going to move on to the traffic building. Let's start with articles. We're going to show you examples from different types of content and how you can use them and incorporate it into your strategy or the message thing, the important stuff we were talking about, right? So yes, you're using done-for-you content that other people might be using, but you're making it your own without rewriting a whole bunch of stuff, as you'll see. So articles are great for getting search engine traffic. They can be put on your blog, social media, and I have this little note here that says always include a call to action. We're going to explain that in a second. So the ways you can incorporate articles that are already done for you into your marketing strategy is simply just putting a unique introduction saying why you're sharing this. So it becomes your own. You are delivering awesome information to your customers, but you're framing it in a way that, because they come to you because they trust your judgment, they trust your viewpoints. So just adding an introduction can make a big difference. Include examples and personal stories. That's my favorite for, just it helps people learn. It helps them connect with you more personally if you're showing examples and personal stories, and it helps solidify that message. And always, when you're publishing articles, include a promotion for a product or a free opt-in offer. I am missing a T there, but luckily it's not in slideshow mode, so I can actually correct my typo. And when we were talking about email versus social media being not as promotionals. So if you're posting an article to your blog, always a call to action to opt into something, get a special offer, something every time. No exceptions, I think, unless you just really don't have anything to include, but at least tell them to opt in. Social media is a little more tricky, but you want to kind of make it a conversation. So you may not put a link all the time because people don't want to be sold to on social media as much. And if you're using Instagram, you can't even put a link. But you want to get conversational and be talking about the products you have or the free. So you can say, share this article about choosing a new habit is not enough, and then say, and in my free report or my free journal, I help you work through this. Just mention it and then let people know if they want to know about it, to let you know, right? So it's all, the call to action may not be a link, but it should be, you should be making people aware of what you're offering all the time. We have inspirational graphics. You see these everywhere. They can be added to social media. They work great as blog post prompts, giving you ideas of what to write about. You can add your branding and calls to action with these as well. How you're going to incorporate something like that into your market strategy is that captions are everything. What does the saying mean to you? And always relate it back to your message, your products, your offers. How does it relate? Why are you sharing this, right? And you can see on social media, there are some, accounts that share quotes and things like this, and the captions are hardly anything, and they get tons of likes and all this stuff. People, that's a way you can do that. You can build a large audience, but it doesn't create a connection, right? You don't know what those people sell. You just assume they have a very popular social media account, and you're not interested in learning. I'm thinking you're not interested in learning more from them. You just like the stuff they post on social media. By adding a bit of yourself, and you'll have time to do it because you're using done-for-you content, you are making them curious about you and what your company or you personally have to offer. So it's worth the time to do that. And maybe you'll be rusty or awkward to start with, but as you practice, it becomes easier and natural to just frame everything that you publish with your company's message. And of course, these graphics are great, as many of our customers do. Create t-shirts, mugs, wall art posters, for easy monetization. So you can make those products for sale. You can also, send those as gifts to your best clients, all kinds of ways. Or say you have a course, you're selling maybe a higher ticket course. How about sending a t-shirt out to everybody who joined the course, and you create kind of a sense of community, which is also important, which is how you're going to build that loyal audience that keeps coming back. Little small things like that. You could also use printables to be growing your traffic. It's free and easy SEO traffic if people are looking for a journal page or a coloring page on a specific topic. Or there's checklists, worksheets, all that kind of stuff. People are searching for that. The ways to incorporate that into your marketing strategy, which Yusuf is actually going to share a little tip with us shortly because he is our SEO guy. Optimize those pages that you offer the free printable with problem-solving phrases like how do I fix this? Or sometimes people are searching for free alphabet coloring pages, for example, that B is for brother coloring page that's there. Make them opt in to get their email address because you're going to always be growing your list. So you don't have to give it. Sometimes you might make it a download they can grab without doing anything, but it's probably better to get their email address so you can stay in touch with them and give them more great stuff. Inside the downloads, you can include a promotion for a product or other offer. So let's just talk about printables a little bit. And this is going to come up again, and why they are such high value win-win content. And when I say win-win, I mean a win for you and your business and a win for your audience. It's because they're actionable and help clients get better results. They're tools. They're not just information, right? So because of that, they have a higher perceived value, so people are more likely to opt in. And when selling a course, if you incorporate printables, you can often sell them at a higher price. And that all means for you is that you get more satisfied clients who are doing, accomplishing things. Then you get testimonials and word of mouth for it. So they're a fantastic thing to incorporate, even if there are many of probably people here, it is your business, but for others, it might be something you incorporate into what you're doing. So before we go on to the next topic of growing your list, let's talk to Yusuf, because he has, how would somebody, take a piece of PLR content and get search engine traffic from it?
So you can use the article the way it is, but I would suggest to add more to it in order to make it more SEO friendly. So take your targeted keyword. Let's say if the article is about how to save time effectively, and that is your targeted keyword because it has got low competition and high traffic, what you can do is include that in the title. So replace the title of the article and include your keyword, and then add the keyword in the beginning of the content, as well as try to stuff it in a little bit in the entire content by modifying it a little bit. By doing so, you will increase your chances of getting picked up. But this is just one strategy out of many strategies. You need backlinks, you need other strategies as well, but you can use the content as it is, but add your little targeted keyword and your little review about the article and include some keywords in it. And that way, your content will be unique from other content, although you're using the same.
Yeah, and like where I mentioned about having that introduction, that's a way to kind of get your keywords into that first paragraph, but also your existing audience to understand why you're sharing it, why it's something you want them to learn about. There was something else I was thinking as you were talking, but now I forgot, but maybe it'll come back later. But because I remember like years ago actually, and that people would sell private label rights content and claim it was optimized for search engines. I don't see that claim much anymore. But if you ever see that, that doesn't mean you can't buy their content. You just can't believe that they've done that, because it's impossible for everyone to take the content and target the same keyword phrase, right? You need to choose something different. That's why Yusuf says to change the title of the article or whatever it happens to be that you're publishing, because you can also optimize even if you're giving out coloring pages, because you're going to create a page that features the coloring pages and you're going to optimize that yourself as well. But it's just a little extra work. And the great part is that you're using private label rights content. So much of it's done for you. Now you have time to optimize that content.
So before we go back to the presentation, a lot of people are suggesting that we should make the slides bigger.
Oh.
So I'm just going to try something here.
Well, yeah, just right here, if you.
Presenter view, if you see it.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, someone told me this before and then I forgot.
And they kept telling me that. And I'm like, okay, let's try it. So,
Aha.
but I didn't want to interrupt.
I didn't see it earlier.
Yeah. Does it, is it better on your screen? Do you see the slides bigger? Oh, okay.
Nope.
No, I think I'm seeing a lot of, am I seeing a lot of this?
Same. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, what if we do this? Does that make a difference?
And go up to presenter view, go up.
Oh yeah, well, where is it? Oh, I got rid of it here.
Slideshow there.
Did that go
Is
smaller
it
for
any
you?
better?
I don't think you're not seeing presenter view.
No, because
it's not doing anything.
I've got an organizer view, so that's a little bit different.
I think you should see the same, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
What about this? I feel like on my screen, I can't get rid of it.
What we can do is also send the slides to you guys later, because I know a lot of you have been asking for it. So
that's possible. But yeah, Pat, earlier we were unable to do it. When I start the slideshow, I don't think it. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? It wouldn't show you that. It would keep showing you this. So this is why it looks like this. All right. And also Teresa says I can enlarge or downsize on my own screen, because you probably can control. Yeah, you can control, drag it, and maybe if you don't want to see our faces, get rid of our faces.
Yeah, there's an enlarge.
You can make Yusuf's head really big if you want to. I see he's doing that right now. And if you just got here and you keep wondering why I'm looking away from him when I'm talking to him, it's because it's backwards.
Yeah.
We're in the same room. All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. Loves. Oh, wait, what? How did that happen?
I removed myself.
Oh, and then you messed with my screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And now somehow we are in the wrong slideshow even. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. We shouldn't even have tried to fix the problem.
Where are they? Here we go. There.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So back to this. I am a writer by trade, not a presenter. All right, so let's move on to list building, and I hope you guys have been enjoying these ideas so far. We'll keep throwing them at you, and again, don't get overwhelmed by all that. I got to do all this. You don't have to do all this. What you have to do is try the one thing, see how it works, do more of it if it works, tweak it, make it better, step by step, right? One step at a time. All right, let's get into list building, which is critically important. I think I've explained that to you. It's a commercial medium. It's, you have the list. Yes, sometimes your emails can get filtered, like we talked about search, social media can filter and not show your stuff, but email is much more reliable to getting to the intended recipient. All right, so we've got reports, lots of reports you can buy with private label rights. We create tons of them, and they're perfect for giving away as an opt-in. And ways to incorporate this into your strategy is to make sure your free opt-in leads the leader to a related product that will help them even get better results. So if you are just starting out and you don't have a product, that's okay. Put up the opt-in offer and start growing that list, and then you can add the products later. But if you've already got products for sale, try to make the opt-in offer.
Sorry.
He's messing with my screen. Easily distracted. Okay, so Yeah, so you want to be sure, you want to be able to have that offer. So you want, because when someone signs up for your list, they are primed, they're excited, they want this thing that you're going to solve problem for them. They're ready for stuff like that. And maybe they won't buy it immediately when they see it, but they've seen it and now it's in the back of their head, and you're going to follow up with them and, you know, keep giving them reasons why they might want to make this purchase. So you do want to do that from the start where it's possible, but don't let that keep you from starting growing your list if you're brand new. You can eventually start incorporating that and making that your marketing strategy more solid. Inside the report, include promotions on the thank you page, and as I mentioned in the follow-up, you're going to keep, you know, talking about your product and letting them know about it, but you're also going to do it in an informative way, which it's going to come up with us as we continue. You'll see ways to do that. You give your affiliates a link to your opt-in offer so they can bring new subscribers and customers. So always be giving them, you know, that's another great, you know, some people don't, some affiliates may not want to share a free thing like this, but many do, because they're not as comfortable selling. That's why some of them, that's why they go join your affiliate program, because they want you to do the selling, but they'll gladly share a free opt-in offer. So always make sure you're able to get your affiliates links to send you traffic to those opt-in reports and offers. Checklists are a great free gift with opt-in. You can bundle it up with a report, or you can make a little bundle of checklists. The ways you want to incorporate this idea into your marketing strategy is offer a course that they can purchase to make the best use of the checklists. Include relevant product promotions in the footer of your checklists. Always, you know, always just like take that a few extra minutes. Again, if you're using PLR checklists, they're already done for you. So you doing those little extras about adding it into the footer so that the next time they pull it up, they can have it. Give them 1 or 2 checklists, but offer them a super high value checklist bundle for purchase. I mean, that would depend on the topic it is. Sometimes a checklist bundle maybe isn't a good product, but if it's perhaps something about, you know, organizing their home, and you have a huge package that helps them organize the kitchen in various ways, and their, you know, their garage, all that stuff, that is definitely a valuable product that you can upsell them to. Worksheets, again, you know, they can be on their own or bundled with reports, checklists, and things like that. Ways to incorporate that into your marketing strategy is give the worksheet for free when they attend your free webinar to promote your high ticket product, right? So you've all been on those webinars. You're on one right now, actually. Where, you know, we're going to give you an offer at the end, and it's going to be a good one. So please, you know, and you're not going to actually believe it. We're not going to do this again because it's actually kind of too crazy, but it's a way to get people to come in. People love something to take with them and download. We're giving you that free content planner as well. That's how we're enticing you to come and stay. Hopefully the content is good too. You can run a class on how to complete the worksheet and make the most of it. So if you've got like PLR worksheets and you're like, I kind of want to run a class, but I don't know what to do, you know, your worksheet can kind of give you that framework of, you know, getting on a Zoom call or a GoToWebinar thing for an hour, and you've got a product. You can combine it with a free consultation offer if you do consultations of some kind, you know, giving them the worksheet that maybe you guys talk about on the consultation call or something like that. Journal pages. They are great because they get your readers thinking and committing to their next steps. So what they're going to do next.
Can try. Sorry.
Yeah, but isn't it smaller when I do that?
I don't know. It's not changing things.
I know on Zoom, when I did this, it actually showed it properly. So one question then, if you guys don't mind, because, you know, it seems like seeing the presentation is important. So we'll take a moment here. What, like when Yusuf is logged in on his computer and he still sees the regular presentation, when we just did something and I sighed, did it change? it looks good, but that doesn't tell me, is it different? Is it better? What do you see? Do you see just the main slide, or do you see all the slides
On the
along the
side.
side or the bottom? Did not change for me. Yeah. Okay. We're just going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest for me right now. I think it's the same for you guys, but it's big for me, and that helps. And yeah, we'll put them in a PDF and get them out to you. Okay. So then you guys will have it as well. And then that way, you know, you can really listen and not worry about taking notes and stuff like that too, or squinting. I have my eyesight, despite the fact I wear glasses, is getting a little bad. So I empathize with you guys if it's a little hard to see, but we'll get it to you. All right, so we're talking about journals, and they really get your readers thinking, right? And committing to their next steps, which is important for you. If you're giving away a free journal page, you can kind of you could change some of the questions or the prompts so that it kind of primes them for the product that you want them to purchase as well. Right, so that one of the goals, so you can ask them what their goals might be, and one of the goals might be to sign up for your training program. Offer an upgrade for a complete journal that they can purchase after, right? They give out a couple pages and then give them a journal that either they can print themselves or one that they get sent in the mail. Add your branding and product promotions into your journals as well, especially the journal pages that you're giving out for free. You know, don't be shy about adding branding to those, because you're giving them a gift and they should know where they're going to go and get some more. Coloring pages. It's therapeutic, it's creative. Obviously, kids love coloring, but adults too. As many of you know, I know a lot of our customers sell coloring books and coloring pages. And it makes, and even if you don't, like even if coloring is not the main part of any part of your business, it still makes it more fun to spread your mess. It can be incorporated. So you can give away a few sheets in return for opting into your list. They can also upgrade to the full coloring book or coloring packet if it's a downloadable thing. You can host a coloring party. If you guys listen to our interview with Raven of Color Monthly, she talks about having coloring parties. Yusuf and I aren't big colorers, so it's kind of a foreign idea to us, but people who love to color with others and go live and make an event. Just have them sign up to do that, and then you've got them on your list. Also, you could make a time-lapse video of the page being colored. It connects people to your designs, so you could put that on the opt-in page or on your sales pages as well. You know, you got it could be done digitally, or if you've got kids, get them to color and create a video of it, and you've got your little marketing tool. Webinars. Now, usually there isn't, I mean, maybe there are some PLR sellers that sell webinar content that you can create a webinar with, and they definitely do actually. Their courses, they'll have slideshows and things like that. But you can also use any report or other piece of content as a script to create a webinar, to do a class like this that's free, or it could be a class that they pay to join. And it's easy to build, like we're talking list building in this section. It is easy to build a list with a free informative webinar. A webinar is also a great place to promote your related products. And you can also, when you're done the webinar, you've got a recording. So you've got more ways to get them on your list. So if you do a live webinar like this, for example, obviously record it and allow people to sign up to watch the recording, or you can put in snippets of the recording and do a bunch of different little opt-in offers. So many possibilities to ways to grow your list with private label rights content. So we're going to move on to part 3 now, is creating products. So I hope that so far, like everything is showing you how you are incorporating a message, but you're also always sharing your products when you are sharing great free content. You're talking about your products, you're linking to them where appropriate, and you're following up by email, because you have to remember that, you know, your products are part of your message. And if you're trying to teach someone how to solve a certain problem or accomplish something, then they're coming to you for that. For you to not tell them about your products that can help them get better results, faster results, whatever it is, it's kind of a disservice, right? So you have to really think about how you're going to incorporate it all together. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. So maybe the first few times, you make a social media post and you like throw in something about your product and you sound like a used car salesman. Don't worry about it. You'll get better at it. You'll be more natural, because it's like having a conversation with friends. If you had a friend that had a problem and you knew about a product, you would probably give them a bit of advice and say, hey, you should go get this. This will fix that, right? That's the totally natural thing to do. So it is natural. It just feels weird because it's people that, we don't know, and we know we want to sell something and we have these weird feelings about it. But the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. So let's talk about making products. Ebooks. You got lots of, take a report or an ebook and make it your product. Easy enough. Ways to incorporate, the ways to incorporate that into your marketing strategy is so you're using Done For You report. Add a personal introduction and conclusion from you based on your experience and perhaps the experience of your customers. Ours, our reports always come with cover designs. And so, yeah, if everybody's publishing them with the same image, then maybe, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I often will publish PLR with the cover that has come with it. But if I'm really trying to stand out, then I might modify it a little, I might modify it a lot. It just varies. But you have that option. And with our Done For You content, we offer you the PSD files, which means you can change all the elements, the images, the text. You can add branding easily, because it's a layered graphic that you can do that with. And as a side note, that's usually done with Photoshop. But if you don't have Photoshop and don't want to pay for Photoshop, you can do it with the free Photopea editor. I believe GIMP also edits PSDs. So you don't have to start from scratch to make it a little more unique. So when you're turning a book into a ebook into a product, always keep that funnel in mind: traffic, grow your list, sell your product. So you're going to be publishing all that content that's related to this product, so you can start building that list of people who will be interested in your product. And then, the sales become automatic. You're bringing in the traffic. You've already got everything set up, all the follow-up set up for it. And you don't have to do as much work because most of the content is done for you. You can create an ebook series or a bundle of ebooks as well, right? So many options. You can create courses. So you can do, like we talked about, using maybe some content as a script or using a worksheet and working through that worksheet. That becomes a course. You've got recordings. It doesn't always have to be a recording either. It can be written content as well. Ways to incorporate, courses into your marketing strategy is to release excerpts from that course to generate traffic, snippets from the reports, a page from the journal, all kinds of things like that. So your content keeps working for you. It's the product, but it also is promotion. Make an opt-in offer with the worksheets and then invite them to take the course to make the most of the offer. The more and think about this, the more tools you incorporate into your course, the more ways they have, the more ways they can learn. People like to learn in different ways and they absorb things in different ways. So the more you incorporate reading, watching, listening, writing, the easier it is to sell your course. But if that's a barrier, like, I don't want to do a recording, that's no problem, right? You still have the use the written content, the printables and things like that. But the more you can do it, the better selling product you're likely to have. We've also got journals. These are products in themselves. They can be added to courses, and of course they can be digital or print. You could start an Etsy shop to showcase your printables. You can use a Done For You journal to create a course that solves a problem, right? So you're teaching them a topic, and maybe you're going through some of the prompts and things like that. Same idea as the worksheet, turning that into a course. It's kind of your guide into what you want to teach. Share how you fill in journal pages to educate your audience and make a more personal connection at the same time, which is a great thing. So, you know, take one of these journals, look at one of the really interesting prompts that you like, fill it out, and share that. So it's serving a couple purposes. It's helping them know you better, but it's also giving them ideas on how to use your product, right? Planners are also products in themselves and can be added to courses. They can be digital or print as well, same as the journals. Again, start an Etsy shop to showcase them. Use a done-for-you planner to help your customers achieve a goal. Share how to effectively use the planner to educate your audience, and I make it, again, like showing how you fill it out, how you use it. And you've got a marketing tool and that loyal audience building tool. Coloring books and pages, you know, pick a theme. We give you guys lots of coloring pages, and if you've been working with a lot of our content, you probably have a good supply, and they can be reused in different things. And you can make coloring page downloadable packs or print books. Ways to incorporate this into your marketing strategy is you could create a coloring membership with new pages each month. Do those coloring parties and other events. Provide your branded coloring pages to organizations who can use them in volume, restaurants, churches, for teachers, and more. You know, and make sure your branding, like I said, the branding is on those so that people know where they can find you. Send printed coloring books to your best clients and customers as a gift. They can also be, the pages can be added into other products. They can be added into books like journals and planners. You know, adding coloring elements to those products as well. And you could do print-on-demand products. We mentioned those earlier when we looked at the graphics. You can create merchandise for sale, gifts for clients, event swag if you're going to events as well. And these are more fun than, you know, a lot of people try to create, you know, t-shirts for their company. And the main thing is their logo or their company name, but like unless people are really rabid fans of yours, they don't really care about that. But you can take a design like this and add your logo to it as well, right? So you've got your branding, but you've also got a fun or, you know, inspirational message to go with it. You can mail them to people who join your high ticket coaching program or course. So many things you can do. And, you know, it's easy. You can use companies like Printful or Printify. They will, you know, you upload your design, and then when you want, you know, someone can buy and automatically they'll ship it. Or if you can also order products and ship them to your customer. You don't have to have an inventory or buy a bunch ahead of time. Also, let's talk about card decks, I think, because many of you are customers, you're familiar with these, and they are maybe new to some people, but they're popular. It's just like a, you know, it looks like a playing card deck. And they're popular inspirational products sold in sometimes printable, printed or digital formats. In the case of the ones we make, there's usually an inspirational saying, a lovely backside that you can change, because these are also in PSD format, so you can change whatever you want, add your own text or change the backs, add your branding as well, especially if you're giving out cards or something like that. You can add them to your courses or coaching programs to help reiterate some of the lessons. You can use, I mean, there are products by themselves as well, but they can be incorporated into things like that. Use the individual card images as writing prompts for your blog, then link to your card deck for sale. You could print a version with your business, you could make it a business card, right? So you put your business contact information and then also maybe include information on how to get the deck. But you know, they serve a couple of purposes. If they have a nice message on it, maybe they're more likely to hang on to that card that has your information on it. Paid newsletters. You can print them and ship them, or make it a digital download, or a perk of how, like if you have a membership site, adding a newsletter to it. We do these done for you ones that have all the inspirational, motivational content in them already ready to go, or you can create your own unique ones. I did this presentation with another audience recently, and the man who was hosting it, he admitted to me that he actually has our newsletters, and he basically has a product that he gets people sign up for a subscription, and he's sending out the newsletter that we create for him. Add your best content to the newsletters, but also remember to include product promotions so your customers know where they can get more helpful stuff. That's expected in a newsletter, even something they've paid for, right? There is when the ones we design, there's lots of space for you to add your promotions and things like that. It could be something that they opt in to get, and then they get a promotion once they've opted in, or you can send them directly to a product page. You can also create relationships with others in your niche and have them contribute content to your newsletters. That's always a great thing, and I'm actually surprised that I haven't mentioned it before, but the more you can connect with other business owners who reach similar audiences to you, the more benefit you have. Like some of your affiliates might be able to contribute content, so then that creates a more solid relationship between you, and they're more likely to promote you as well. Also feature your customer stories, photos, and results, which helps build that sense of community as well. And for you, we always have a space for a letter from the editor, and maybe that's a little bit of pressure, but taking the rest of the content's done for you. So taking the time to just add a little personal note makes such a big difference in creating that connection, making the rest of the content more valuable because they know why you're sharing it with them. You can also do product bundles. So one great thing is if you're just starting out and you're going to put up a journal for sale, then you're going to maybe do another journal or a coloring book, and over time it builds up. Suddenly you have all these products, right? And bundling them up is a great way to give your customers a really great, hard to resist offer, and all that work you've been doing with these small products now pays off bigger, because they're going to, even though they're getting a really great price on the bundle, they're paying you more to access everything, so each sale earns you more money. You can allow customers to buy individual products or show them how to get more value with your product bundle. So even when you share a single one, you might say, hey, you might want to grab this whole bundle, and then that automatically increases your amount per sale. Specially priced bundles are great for getting your affiliates on board as well for a launch. We've been talking about affiliates a lot, but so if they're going to promote your journal and it costs $10 or something like that, 17 to have it shipped or something, they're not going to make a lot of commission on that. But if you're going to make a nice big product bundle that's going to sell for $37, $47, $9, whatever it is, right? They're going to get a much bigger earning per sale, and they're more likely to promote it. And it's a great excuse for having a big launch, right? You offer the special price for a limited time. You have a sales contest with your affiliates. Also, product bonuses. So any piece of valuable PLR content can be turned into a bonus for your own product or other people's product. So you can grow your own list by, looking around and seeing other product sellers. Maybe they sell a course on something, and you want to say, can I add the report, journal, or something else as a bonus? And then those people just have to opt in to get the offer, and then there you have them on your list. Also, if you're going to put bonuses onto your own products, it could be a product that you're about to launch and you have a limited time bonus so that they sign up faster. Or if you have existing products, go back and add something extra valuable related, right? Don't just pile this stuff on. But it gives you an excuse to promote again. And it also gives you an excuse to talk to your existing customers who already bought the product, and they will, you say, hey, thanks for buying this. We just added this. You can download it at no extra cost. So it just creates more goodwill with the customers you have as well. And it's a great way to get new customers. All right, so that's the 3 parts. I hope, was that useful so far? Like, did you get some great ideas that you guys could start incorporating? All right, what? Oh, because Yusuf is back. Every time he puts his screen on, it totally changes my screen. It might do that to you guys too. You might have to rearrange after, but remember, you can move everything around if you want the slideshow to be bigger. Anyways, so yes, so many ideas. And again, remember, there's gonna be like probably way too many, one step at a time. But one thing I want to make clear too, to make this work, you'll see we're talking about giving away lots of free stuff. And you'll notice in our business too, if you're our customer, that we give away lots of free content. Never be afraid that you're giving out too much for free. Just be strategic about it. Giving out tons of content helps you build traffic, grows your list. We've already established that. It also creates goodwill and pre-sells your product. So if you have a launch coming up, you're giving out some content ahead of it. Or even if the product's available for sale, you're giving out free content that gets your product in their mind. So you obviously know the benefit of doing it. So here's an approach to take if you're concerned, or actually even if don't be concerned. If you take this approach, you can't give away too much for free. Number 1 is to give the solution to a problem with the free content and sell them the tools to make it easier, faster, and better, right? So you can give out all the advice you want, but say you have printables that make it easy for them to implement what you've done, you're selling them the tools. It's kind of like, if you are in, follow marketing strategy and stuff, that a lot of people talk about, software as being like the ultimate product to sell, especially on a subscription basis. But people who sell software can educate you all they want. It's the tool that's important. But software takes years to develop. You have to keep it up as well. You need a big team to make sure it keeps going. Having printables or tools like checklists and worksheets and all that stuff is kind of like having the benefits of a software business, but it's much easier. You don't have to update it. It doesn't take much to develop. In many cases, it's already done for you. You're just giving it out. So that way you're free to help people, to educate people. Also, number 2, we talked about adding ideas and examples into PLR content. You can give ideas and examples for using your product. You'll see we do this a lot. We try to tell you lots of different ways to use it so that, and the ideas are, in our case, the ideas are useful whether you actually use our product or not. Maybe you don't need that particular product, but it generates lots of ideas. And when your audience is educated, then educated audience is a buying audience. So use those 2 strategies to help make that free content really work for you. So I think now that we've filled you up with all these ideas and different ways to use the content, as we mentioned, we have a done for you package that's going to make it easy for you to implement all this, because it includes, and what it includes is a year's worth of done for you content to help you save time and money while building traffic, growing a list, and having awesome products for sale. And this is and it's content that's totally done for you, but we're also including a bunch of fill in the blanks templates in case you want to quickly and easily put together your own original content as well. Because in our opinion, a smart marketing strategy is always going to include both. And you can see that we've been doing that. So even if you're using done for you content, you're incorporating elements of yourself into those pieces as well. So you do want to do both. Sometimes you're going to use done for you content, which is going to save you so much time to help you create that really high value extra stuff that you want to share. Because that is really how you get clear about your message. Everything fits right into what you want to accomplish. So here's a quick look at everything, and you guys are gonna be like, wow, this is amazing. And you're gonna remember back when I told you that I create chaos at eKitHub, and Yusuf makes sure that I don't go too far out of hand and we can stay in business. But we both agreed that we're gonna give you like we're not gonna be able to do this again. The offer is fantastic. The value is pretty incredible. So let's give it a quick run through. It's 12 months worth of done for you content that is a lot of personal development, inspirational, motivational, but there's some family stuff in there and health and even a little bit of holiday content, kind of a nice rounded selection of content. You're going to get 12 reports with e-cover sets, 50 articles, 12 printable newsletters, 50 posters and product templates, 50 coloring pages, 12 journals with cover sets, 12 planners with cover sets, and 12 card decks, 12 worksheets, and 12 checklists. And I'm gonna, when we show you where you can pick this up, if you wanna know like, what are the topics? When have I seen these before? You'll be able to run through everything and you'll see it. So we'll show you that after. Just giving you an overview of all this stuff that you can work with, implementing the strategies that we talked about. Certainly like the value of this as PLR is at least $497 if you were to go buy a bunch of little packages to do this. And of course, making it yourself would cost thousands more. We also have our content monetization template so that you can create your own unique content that you want. There's a few different designs. We've got report and ebook templates, and they also give you space to incorporate those promotions or the more personal stuff that you're going to add. It includes little prompts for you to make sure that you're using it as a good promotional tool. Same with the articles, like, you know, you want to add that call to action. This guides you in doing that. There's tips lists, checklist templates, worksheets, slideshow templates, and then just some raw, you know, content templates where maybe you're not, like, you'll see these are nice designs, something more just text-based as well. Also, we've included our blank printables templates, which has 3 sets of PowerPoint designs and 3 sets of Word doc, docx. I don't know, I say that out loud. I write it down all the time. And each set includes, you know, a fill in the blanks journal, planner, worksheet. I thought I deleted that earlier, but it seems to be back. To-do lists and checklists. So each set has that for you. It also has cover graphics you can work with, and we've included the instructions for you as well. And also so important here is creating a high converting free offer templates. And each of these template packages, the blank ones, they come with, you know, a strategy guide to help you understand what the marketing strategy is, but also how to use the actual templates that we've included. This one shows you how to create, these are funnel graphics. You can see we talked about funnels, a little more complicated than the simple one we showed you, but it shows you how you can take them from the free thing to getting them to buy something for you. From you, not for you. Maybe they'll buy you something as well, I don't know. But so we've got a free opt-in offer template, like we were talking about, giving away something to download. If you do free consultations, there's you know, an offer page templates, and it all includes examples as well, so that you can visualize how it would look. Free webinar offers as well, or if you sell books, coloring books perhaps, or written books, whatever it happens to be, journals, planners, you could do a free with offer, right? You give away your book for free, but they pay for the shipping, which is a very popular way to get people into your product funnel. We have templates for that. And then more newsletters. We talked about that man who has created a whole like product out of sending newsletters regularly to people. These are gorgeous designs, they're printable, but then also there's HTML templates. So if you're using a autoresponder like Aweber, then you can use those in there, because the printable ones, they'll need to go download, but you can incorporate this right into the email service that you have. And there's also plain ones as well that help you lay out the content nicely for yourself. If you don't really know how to sell products, we've got the sales funnel templates, which helps you create sales pages, a thank you page, upsell, lots of files to help you understand the different elements of a sales page and the wording you can use to help increase your sales. It's definitely a handy thing to have by your side when you're creating sales pages. Also, when we were talking about finding your message, these personal branding templates are going to be perfect for you. There's a bunch of worksheets in it, about creating your vision, purpose, and values, how to kind of get to know who your audience is and figure out who your ideal customer is as well, which is important because yes, you may know what a problem you want to solve, but you also, you want them to match you and to match your values and to be able to afford your products as well. This will help you figure that out for yourself. And our course creation templates. So, where there's ebook templates, there's workbooks you could do worksheets or workbook templates, and then also some checklists and PowerPoint if you want to do, a webinar or something like that. So lots of great stuff to help you create content, but also sell and, hone those marketing skills. But we've also included this intensive content results training program, which is sold for $197. And it will help you create that content marketing plan. So we threw a bunch of ideas at you, right? And they're good ideas and you can run with them step by step, but this will help you kind of bring everything together so you know where you're going next. And it helps you execute that plan to get the results you want. The program teaches you how it also touches on PLR as well. So it uses up all the awesome PLR you've been collecting on your hard drive. And don't feel bad about that because having that collection is a good thing. It means you always have things to draw on when you need them. Just make sure that you're starting to use them in a more meaningful way. Have a team regularly publishing for content for you. I mean, you can hire people to do that, but there's lots of strategies to get content created for you absolutely free. To get more subscribers and sales while building your loyal fan base, getting more word of mouth for your business without even asking, establishing your expertise as a go-to resource in your niche, and have your audience excited to buy. See, my changes are not here. You don't want them to buy yourself. You want them to buy your products instead of feeling like you force them. And I think that's a big one. And especially from our group and talking to people are like, we are shy about selling. We have this weird guilt about it as well, but this is going to teach you strategies. And we've touched on a bunch here as well, to make it feel like it's part of a conversation rather than it's you like forcing something on people. And it also shows you how to implement your plan and start getting results in the next 30 days. So an excellent complement to what we've done here, give you some more structure and help you create a plan for it. There's the different lessons there. And of course, we've included tools. Look at, we've got printables. So there's like a workbook, monthly strategic content plan workbook, which I'm going to talk about in a second because you guys are actually going to be able to download that one in a moment for yourself for free. But there's the content results planner. We also have a journal that if you are a writer and that's how you like to reflect it, it'll give you some guided ways to help improving your content marketing. And as I mentioned, you can download the monthly content planner for free. And I'll give you the link to do that in a second, where I just want to show you a few more things. But it's a spreadsheet that you'll see. And when you first open it, don't be like, there's a bunch of tabs. So if you just look at it, you'll be like, well, I don't know what to do with this. There is a tab that says instructions, and it'll tell you what to do. And it includes it includes also, this isn't all the instructions. These are also ideas. Like, it's filled with ideas. It's a very, very useful piece of content. And of course, if you do grab the entire package that we're offering you today, you'll get the training that I mentioned, includes a little more guidance on using this as well. So you'll become an expert at it. So Our goal is to make it easy for you to create an effective content marketing plan. I hope that's clear in all that we've, shared with you today, and this package that we've put together. We've invested in the team to create all this so you don't have to. You just grab the content, templates, training, and go. So let's run down, if we can, the value of everything. So we've got the year's worth of done for you content. Easily a $4.97 to purchase value, right? And if we're talking like creating it yourself, we are looking at tens of thousands of dollars for all of this, and the time. I mean, hundreds of hours to have it as well, saving you so much time and money to do this. All the content monetization templates sell for $47. The blank printables templates are valued at $47. Creating a high converting free offer templates, also $47. Done for you printable newsletter templates, $47. Sales funnel templates you could purchase separately for $47. Personal branding templates for $47. Course creation templates also, because we do a lot of the template packages at that price, but then also the intensive content marketing results training at $197. So forgetting about what it costs to create it, that's just a $1,023 retail value. So much useful stuff in it for you. So what are we going to give it to you for? What did you say it was okay to do today? And seriously, this webinar is the only time we're going to offer it at this price. But we're going to give it to you all at 90% off. Seriously, everything for $97. And the link, and Yusuf will put it in the chat for you as well, ekithub.com/PLR. Let's hope I did that correctly. I think I checked everything. Can you click that and make sure? Yes.
Yeah, I checked it yesterday.
Okay, yeah. I probably did check it, but suddenly I had a moment of panic that it wasn't going to work. But yeah, so 90% off this time, this webinar only. So there's something else too. We're going to go pretty crazy with this one. But what we're doing also for those people who purchased during this webinar period, we are going to offer $50 in eCrit credits, which means you can use it to buy more done for you content and really get things to take off for you. The credit is for regularly priced eKits only and has to be used 30 days of purchase, but basically, we're giving you $50 to spend how you wish. You will see when you sign up, you'll get an email that tells you about your main purchase. And because we're only giving this to people who sign up right now, not people who are later and past the countdown timer passing, you get a separate email that should come at the same time, and it'll tell you how to claim the $50 in credit. So if you go to ekithub.com/PLR right now, you can check the countdown timer, and if it says right above it or below it, it says that there's $50 eKit credit is available, you're good to go, and definitely take advantage of that. And the value is truly remarkable. We're sure you agree. All you have to do really here is to use some of the content to make it worth it. But there's so much in there that we're sure you're going to keep coming back to that library of content for years to come. It is at your fingertips whenever you need it. So make sure you get it all, downloaded. That process might take a little while because it's a lot, but it's also going to be in your eKitHub account. So don't worry about like tonight, you got to go download it all. But it is good to have on your computer so that you can search for it later and find what you need. But it's in your account as well to grab, but you could just keep coming back. And as you start implementing these different strategies, you're going to see what works really well. And you're going to be like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to create this coloring page promotion, and then you'll be able to dig in and grab what you need and get it done fast. So that's it. Again, it's at ekithub.com/PLR. Elizabeth, it's $97 that you'll see at the top of the page. And then there is an offer to grab, you can check the little box there. We actually have another year's worth of content you can use as an add-on offer for a pretty awesome price as well. You just can check that. But if you leave that box unchecked, it won't add that extra year of content. You'll just get what we showed you here. Here's a little bit of customer feedback. I know many people here are our customers. Maybe some of these people we're going to show are here as well, because I think, you know, if you've been around, you know, we have some pretty great loyal fans. And I think that is partly because of the stuff that we shared with you in this class today, is because we do that stuff and it works. I'm not going to read all this out, but, you know, I do want to draw your attention to this wonderful comment from Christy, which kind of like floored me, and I was in tears when I read it. And it says, thanks for the add to the group, Alice and Yusuf. You guys are one of my answered prayers. I am so grateful for you from the bottom of my heart. And like, I was like, where's the answer to, like, you don't even realize that you could be that. You could be the answer to somebody's prayers, but if you're, you know, putting out wishy-washy stuff, you're not giving that clear message, or you're too busy trying to run every aspect of your business. When you've got this done for you stuff, you can start getting it out there in a meaningful way and really making a difference to other people. Like, that's incredible, right? I was like amazed when I saw that.
Very touching.
Yeah. So, question from Pat. Is, if I'm a monthly member, will this yearly package be a replacement for that? This is not part of any of the monthly membership. The shortcuts and templates, that is marketing strategies that we share each month, and this one is different. I mean, some of the topics may overlap as we go, but then you'll have like more new perspectives, different tools to work with it as well, but it's not the membership content. Do you want to go through the questions and we can answer as we go?
I've answered a lot of them.
Okay.
So I've answered a lot of questions, but for some reason, the questions and the messages aren't in a chronological order. So sometimes they're like up and down. So if you can just resend the questions that you have, that will make my life a lot easier.
Yeah,
please,
so
thank you.
Gail asks, since I don't have an email list, will the training cover some ways to do that? Yeah, for sure. And and also it's something you don't need to complicate too much. It's a matter of setting up something free and valuable, having that service like Aweber or Constant Contact, GetResponse. There's so many options. Don't get bogged down in software, and setting it up. And then, you know, using the other strategies to grow traffic to that opt-in offer. If the technology is overwhelming, don't let that hold you back. Again, it's one step at a time. Google it. You have us in our group. Like, come to that eKit Hub group. I know that many of you are already in there. But whenever you get stuck on those little things, you can come by and do that, because everybody's going to choose a different tool or different ways to do it. So that's not the software is not covered in the training, but that is the least. That's the strategy is the most important. The software, it's secondary. Software can be changed. Many of the pieces of software are the same. It's just a matter of picking one and running with it. All right, Jennifer says, I buy your PLR often. I know this is a great offer. Just purchased this too. Thank you. Thanks, Jennifer. All right. Thank you. Chris was at my other presentation for the one that I was mentioning. That was a different year's worth package. That was one that many of our existing customers had already seen, so we put something together differently for it. So the year's worth of content, there is no overlap whatsoever, and the training program was also not included in that. What's the same is those fill in the blanks templates, right? But you're still getting, obviously, the value just from that existing content, or the done for you content and the training program. And here my next slide is saying we have that eKit hub to brainstorm, ask questions, and get more ideas anytime you need. Our community, there's some really smart people in there, people who do things differently than we do and have different areas of expertise, especially when it comes to print on demand stuff or printing. Like there's some really smart people in there, and we're all there to give sound experience advice and provide you with the accountability you need to get things done. Sometimes we check in with you and ask what you're working on, kind of give you that accountability, but you can use the group how you want as well. If you want to tell us that you're going to be working on something and then come back and add to your own post as you accomplish different things, we love hearing that. We love seeing what you guys are working on. So that gives you that accountability. You can also get suggestions as you go along. Definitely use the group how that works for you. So I just want to say, like, let us do the work so you can focus on the vision, applying those strategies, right? Stop getting bogged down in like all the little details, creating everything. The link again, it's in the chat, and it's ekithub.com/PLR. If you have, like, we're gonna go through some questions, but if you have things like you couldn't get the link or something like that, you can find our contact page and definitely contact us through there, and we will make sure that you get those technical answers. But we will I'm gonna have another peek questions. I'm gonna open this up a bit bigger. All right, so Carol says, this is beyond wonderful. Thank you so much. And Yusuf is answering your questions too in written format. I'm also saying them out loud. You get a little different perspective, but then also we can all hear the answers. So I hope that's useful for you guys. So I don't remember if I said this out loud yet or not. I'm going to say it. Carol said, this is beyond wonderful. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Is this a group on Facebook? Yes, Iris, it's there. And when you go to your download page, the link for you. Okay, there's a lot of things to download, and don't worry about doing them immediately, but do yourself a favor and do it soon. But at the very bottom, if you scroll down that big list of downloads, you'll see a link to the group. Santu asks, in selling your first content, is it better to sell done-for-you content, such as video with someone else's voice, or sell your first content of your own, then done-for-you content? The question is about the order to do it. So I'm not sure if you're referring to possibly purchasing video content that has someone's voice. We don't personally offer that, but there are PLR sellers who do. The way I like looking at those is a lot of those videos are kind of how-to things, right? So if it's teaching how to use a piece of software or do different tasks in a business or whatever project that the person's working on, I don't think it's important whose voice is for the how-to stuff. What I would do is create something more higher end strategy, something more meaningful that will cover, like, that will give them a better way of approaching the course and dealing with the how-to stuff. Because, like, you don't have to do everything. Not everything has to be in your voice. The overall message perhaps should be in your voice, but the how-to, the little details, that doesn't have to be you at all. So I wouldn't go and re-record anything or anything like that. All right. If you're having any trouble with the order process too, then definitely go over to the contact page. Someone said they couldn't log into their account. So Marilyn, go to our contact page, you obviously can't open a ticket. If you're able to log in, do a ticket, because that will be much better for getting a response. You can just log in and get it. But there is a contact form. Use that, and we'll check on it and make sure that you're helped out with something like that. All right, Joanne's all good. And Cindy, yeah, the group is on the download page. You can see it at the bottom. Pamela says, love this, and now I'm the proud owner of your offer. Thank you so much. Your content is the best. Thank you, Pamela. Really appreciate that. It is so great to hear the feedback, right? Like we do put a lot into this. We have an amazing team that creates all this content, and you can see we have some pretty talented people on our team. So us being able to give the work to those people is pretty awesome, and then in turn to share it with you so that you can do great things with it. It feels pretty good to be able to do that. All right, Charles says, I've just started looking into utilizing PLR, but possibly as my business model, but something came to my mind. Something I've been thinking about is changing the cover pages of the PLR items to be similar in design, utilizing my branding kit. Yes, that's a great idea, obviously. So you're kind of going to create your own template that has your branding, and you can just change the name as it comes up. So those covers might not, the ones we create might not be useful for you, or you might use one to create your template, change the colors, and then work from that each time. It's there, yeah, for you to use as it is or to change it. And I think that having a common look and feel to all your stuff is a smart thing to do. Danielle, you asked about the social media extra, and I'm not sure what that refers to. But Danielle is also on board. I'm reading the questions backwards. That's kind of silly of me. Just got it. Can't have too much, says Rick. Well, Rick, you are a wise man, but it's true. I think you can't. I think that if you're accumulating it and you're doing nothing with it, then that's a bit of a problem. But if it's something that you're drawing on from, like, $97, and say you only use a couple of reports, maybe you go through the training, like you've already got the value. Well, how much is it going to cost you to hire somebody, right, to create that content from you? And when you go to hire someone, you have to come up with the specs and tell them what you need. Then they got to fit you into their schedule, and you got to wait for them. This is like when you're ready. I want to do this. I need this topic. You're ready to roll. Bought it. Thank you. Awesome, Janet. Glad you joined us. You are Canadian, and so am I. It is in US dollars. We do sell all in US dollars since it seems to be the universal currency at this time. Who knows what the future will bring, but yes, all our products are in US dollars, and it's nice to meet a fellow Canadian, Joanne. Yeah, my concern is having all this content, Lily says, and not really knowing how to use it. Yes. Okay, so maybe this question was asked earlier, so I have maybe already covered it. So if you don't know how to use it, the training is in there. All these template packages too, they all also come with instructions and guidance for you. And you have our group. So you come anytime you're stuck at a spot. You just need to do the next step, right?
So if you have more questions, don't be afraid just to add it to the questions section, and we'll be happy to answer them for you.
And if you have any troubles with the downloads as well, please do open a ticket while you're in your account, and we can look at it and make sure that you get that. Joanne, guilty of not having done much with some of my PLR. What would you say is my best bet in your trainings to get started? Start with this class, right? Just start there, because it takes the kind of overall like message we're sending you here. It really covers that in more depth, more step by step. It'll help you create a plan for yourself. So definitely stop there. Heather says, how could I not get it? No brainer. Yeah. Thanks so much for the webinar and offer. I can't wait to dive into the products and see what's all is in there. Yes, nice. Okay. Again, if there's any trouble once you're in your account, just open up a ticket. We'll go in. Yusuf and Melody usually answers your tickets, but we'll go in after this as well and check on anybody who might need some help, and or if there were any troubles with the ordering process as well. So we will check it out.
Absolutely.
Santu. If you're looking, like Santu's looking very smart, looking for someone, a virtual assistant or something to help them implement some of this. There are tons of them out there. Our group may have some as well, so you are welcome to see if there is anybody who might be able to give you a hand. But I mean, it's a great idea to have someone on your team putting this stuff together. You come up with the vision and tell them what to do with it, obviously, because you have the overall ideas of what you want. But yeah, taking that off your plate is a good idea. Cheryl says, it's against the Amazon terms of service to publish PLR content as is. Is it possible to mix and match the pages to create a new journal or planner I can publish through KDP? So you are talking about digital products, right? So yeah, I mean, we're not Amazon and not lawyers. So you're right in that you can't just put the content up, especially in the Kindle marketplace. As far as selling a printed product, I think those rules are different because it's a product. You could put a journal on there that they get in their hands that may contain the same content as others. But also a great way to, you know, come by the group as well, because like we said, there's lots of people who are doing this kind of stuff and who have navigated a lot of it. So you could get some advice in there as well to guide you, but none of it will be legal advice. So keep that in mind. If you just search for eKit Hub, Toya, you should be able to find us as well. Thank you both for a very enjoyable webinar. Thank you, Merv. I'm glad you can make it. Thank you. A good question, Al. We did give you the link, but you didn't know we gave you the link. So we were talking about that free content planner. It's actually on the page, ekithub.com/PLR, right around where the countdown timer is. There is a zip folder you can download from there. So that one you'll be able to download it there, and then you can check out the rest of it and sign up for the offer. You'll get the full course as well. But it is on that page. The free download is on ekithub.com/PLR, close to the top near the countdown timer. Yeah, right underneath the content account. I would show you it on my screen, but I'm actually very scared because
I can see if I can share it in the chat.
Oh, okay. A screenshot of it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can upload. You can upload a file, though, handouts, but that's it. So, you know, this technology is not our best thing, but. No. All right. And thank you. Toya says we are great and authentic. Yes, well.
Thank you.
It's true. Okay. All right. We will, just do a share. I can do a share screen, Eileen, but I'm afraid I'm going to lose where I was, and I know. But go to ekithub.com/PLR and you'll see a countdown timer right near the top. Right underneath that is the free, free download.
It's right below the first add to cart button. So you'll see it.
And then there's countdown timer, and then it says download your free content planner here.
You won't miss it. It's highlighted in red.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Lily sees it. Perfect. And Monique, you are most welcome for the webinar and the offer. I love hearing that. See that? See, guys? You get thanked for your free content and you get thanked for selling them stuff when you match everything together, right? It's that overall message of what you're teaching, the stuff they're going to buy is going to help them accomplish there. All right, so I think unless there's more questions, again, if you're having any trouble with the downloads, we will go check tickets. We'll also double check everything to make sure everything's good. There were so many moving parts on it. It's possible that some of the items may, might need a little tweak, but we'll go through everything, make sure you have it. All right, and if you missed the page does tell you I'm just reading some of the comments, so I'm quiet for a second. All the topics, so, we have this, I keep showing my mouse and you guys can't see what I'm doing, but that done for you content, all the topics are listed for you and you can see what there is. If you want to get the add-on offer, it's going to be similar type topics. So you're going to get kind of, and it's going to basically double the amount of similar topics and give you that at a really awesome add-on price. Cheryl says, dithering about all the content, but that's silly. The training alone is worth the price. I need to check my accounting, but I'm probably in. Awesome, Cheryl, and you're right. Like the training itself, that will get you there. Then you've got all this extra stuff to draw on when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, Mir's just waiting to pick out. She's already picked out the kits ready to use with their credit. Yeah. So we will do that. That will be done later today. We'll wait till the countdown is 0 and then, or maybe, well, perhaps we will start, putting up those tickets, but it might be later, like later this evening. So, but you'll see it there and we can get started. All right, great call. Lots of valuable content. Just place my order, says Mark. Thank you. Yes, we can send out, I'll put the slideshow in a PDF and we'll send it out when we're ready with the replay. That'll probably be tomorrow or something like that. Lakeisha is in, yay. All right. All right. Donna needs to get more sleep. Donna Lee, I guess you maybe joined us from a not as convenient time zone, but we really do appreciate that you did take the time and glad to hear that it was worth it. So get some good sleep. Hi, Enrico, we can see you. There are so many messages on the screen though too. So if we've missed something, that is quite possible. All right. All right, Santu is in, and this is so generous, and I'm excited to do more shopping. Yes, and Lynn could not resist. This is a great offer, says Chris. After I just purchased, yes, you're right. Oh, I don't know if Chris was maybe at the other presentation I did, but yeah, so you already had the templates, the 7 template packs, but yeah, the $100 and the training, you probably do not have that year's worth of content though. That is not the same package that was offered before. Back. Thanks for joining us, Kristen. Just grabbed it. You are most welcome. Laura, no, they're not. There's no Canva templates. We use either PowerPoint, Doc, and it all says on the sales page, or PSD, or if you don't use anything to edit PSDs, you can use the PNGs and add your branding and things like that. All right. Okay. All right. So guys, I think I'm looking at I don't see my video on my screen anymore.
I don't see any more questions.
All right. No, I'm looking at my face. It looks really red. Oh. That I'm warm. Been talking lots, and I was sick last week. I still am a little bit sick, but so I'm like, you stop it. All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thank you. And take care.
And thank you, Alice, for a great presentation. You've done an awesome job, seriously.
We need to do this again. No, I need to, wait, what happens if I go like this?
Oh yeah, I need to look that way in order to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
we look like we're looking at each other.
Yeah, thank you for an awesome presentation. It's a great offer, especially the package itself. Is an amazing package that comes with a lot of training and instructions and all that stuff. So please take advantage of this opportunity. As Alice said, we would not have this offer for a long time. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in, and I wish you the best of luck with everything.
And we'll see you in the group.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.